So welcome back. I said I was going to do a Q&A, get ready with me, because I haven't done any makeup here in a minute and I missed that. But I didn't expect as many questions as y'all ended up asking. Thank you. And if any more come in, I'm going to drop the link in the description also, just in case y'all think of something else and want to ask more. We can always do a part 2. But for now, I have my trusty dusty notebook with all of the questions written down, and we are going to just jump right into it because there is so much to do. I also will make sure that I list any products that I use down below, or I'll try to pop it up somewhere here for those who actually are interested and want to know. But we are starting off with lip oil, and we're about to moisturize my face before we jump straight into my eyes. We're recreating this look that I did a few weeks ago because I really ended up loving it way more than I thought I would. So we're going to recreate that while I talk to you about these questions that you guys have given me. Okay. I'm going to do all of the wrestling related questions first. So for those who care about wrestling, you'll get all of that out the way. And then I'll go into the more makeup, personal like questions that I got at the end. Okay. This is just a pro tip. Always moisturize before you start your face. I am doing this part first to give everything time to soak into my skin before I start on my base. I am a eyebrows, eyes, base girl. Don't ask why. I don't know. It's just the way I do my makeup. I always go ahead and put on all of my skincare goodies first, so that they have time to soak into my skin and take effect. Now, why I'm doing all this and I'm just gonna go take it off, I don't know. But I figured if I was gonna show you guys the process, I was going to show you the entire process from start to finish. So moisturize. So these first 2 questions I'm gonna put together because I think they go together and there's no point in separating it. And it is top 5 favorite wrestlers and how did you start watching wrestling, and then what match got you into wrestling. So unfortunately, I don't think I have a specific match that got me into wrestling. In all honesty, I've been watching wrestling my whole life. My mom is a huge wrestling fan. My mama has been watching it my whole life, and I was an only child for 9 years. I have 2 younger brothers now. And I spent a lot of my time with my mama. Whatever she watched, I watched. And so wrestling was one of those things that we just ended up watching together. And that's how I got into it. She was watching it. I was watching it because, like, I wanted to be up under my mama. I was a mama's girl. And somehow I just ended up falling in love with it. As far as who my top 5 wrestlers are, this is hard, but in no particular order: Triple H, Roman Reigns, Randy Orton. This is hard. Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair. And if I got, and while this may be an unpopular opinion, I'm going to give an honorary mention to Stephanie McMahon because one of the best heels to ever do it. I don't care. I am not talking about anything in real life, anything personal. I am strictly talking about kayfabe, Stephanie McMahon, the $1 billion princess. She was that girl, okay? Those are probably my top 6. Like, those are my people. Those are me. I also don't have my mic on, so I hope this sounds good. And if not, I'm so sorry. I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it. I'm sorry. So yeah, I started watching wrestling because of my mom. I have since taken her to multiple shows. My goal is to take her to WrestleMania one year. Originally, that was going to be in 2027 when WrestleMania came to Nashville. But based off of the construction of the new stadium, it's looking like that may not happen until like 2028 or something. So we'll see. That's definitely a goal. But hopefully I'm taking her to a SmackDown this year so she can see John Cena. That's it. Like, I'm trying to take her to see John Cena because I've already took her so she could see Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. Now I just need to get Bianca and John, and I think we're good. hopefully. Next question is, who is the first wrestler you ever loved, and who is the most recent that you've come to love? So the first is either Jeff Hardy or Triple H. They are two of the first people that I remember like really loving. Like, I remember watching wrestling before them, maybe. Like, you gotta understand, like, this was the 90s and I'm a 91 baby. So I remember watching, you know, before then, but I don't think I necessarily had a favorite. And if I did, I would probably have to ask my mom, and that's if she remembered. But I remember seeing the Hardy Boys and Triple H, and those were instantly like my guys. Like, yes, I'm a Jeff girl, but please don't get it twisted. I love Matt down. I don't know. They were just different for me. Matt and Jeff were just very extreme. They were very much not like anything that this little black girl from Memphis had ever seen in her life. And then Triple H was that I've always had a thing for the bad guys. So between Triple H and Cole from Charmed, I was doomed to love heels my whole life. But I don't know. It was his charisma. It was the personality. They were my guys. I don't even know how to explain it full out. But Triple H and the Hardys were my first wrestlers that I loved. In recent time, I've come to love two. And that is Damian Priest and CM Punk. For those who don't know my story with CM Punk, I was not a big Punk fan during his original run. I just wasn't into it. I knew he was a good wrestler, but he was just not somebody that I was going to be a fan of. Y'all can have it. I will give him his props, but like, he's not for me, you know? And I still felt like that when he came back. Like, I'm probably one of the very few people that kind of rolled their eyes when he came back in Survivor Series. And I was actually low-key pissed because I was like, you ruined Randy's return. But over this last year or so, I've really come to see Punk in a new light. I'm enjoying his promos. I'm enjoying his matches. I'm enjoying him being on my TV screen. And so that's nice for once. Damian Priest won me over during his World Heavyweight title run. I just really liked him. I thought he deserved a better reign than he got, truthfully. But they did good enough with, I guess, the time that they were going to give him. So, also, his match with Bad Bunny at Backlash, I'm going to eat it up every time. All right, so for this look, I'm using two palettes. It's my Morphe James Charles palette and my Carnival XL Remaster palette from Be Perfect. Yeah, Be Perfect Cosmetics. Because these are my two favorite colorful palettes, and I'm going to need a mix of the colors to get the color I want. So we're just going to get into it. Favorite PLE of all time. Now, this is going to be a two-part answer because I'm not sure if you meant my favorite type of PLE, like Mania, Rumble, SummerSlam, blah, 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 or like my favorite actual PLE ever. I'm going to go with favorite just PLE in general first. And for that, yeah, we kind of messed that up, guys, but that's okay because anything can be fixed. For that, I'm going to definitely say my favorite is Royal Rumble. There's just something magical about Rumble, and I'm gonna eat it up every time. Like, I just enjoy Rumble for exactly what it is, which is the start of something new, of something fresh. It's the end of the wrestling year for me. I consider the Raw after Mania the beginning of a new year, a new season of wrestling. So Rumble is like the road to the season finale type of thing, you know? Now, if I had to choose one that I love more than anything else, one is quite hard because, as y'all know, I have a bad memory. So I can't always remember all of them. But two that stick out recently to me was this recent Elimination Chamber PLE. I really loved it. Thought it was absolutely amazing. And it was one of the best PLEs I've seen in a very, very long time. But I would probably have to pick the SummerSlam in Nashville. So that was either 2022 or 23. I can't remember which. But that one was absolutely amazing. It had my two favorites, which was Becky versus Bianca with Damage Control coming for the very first time. And then we also saw that, and I hate to give this man credit. I hate to give him credit. That SummerSlam, what was it? The last man standing match. It was Roman versus Brock last man standing match, where they ended up lifting up the ring and Roman piled all that. Roman and the Usos piled everything on top of Brock, and he stood up there and that PLE did it for me, and I will forever regret not going. Literally the morning of, I looked at the tickets and you could get like floor seats for like $50. And I told my mama I wanted to go, but she couldn't get to Nashville in time to go with me. And it was during the phase where I was like, well, I'm not going to go by myself. And so I didn't go, and I will forever regret that decision. Never happening again, ever. Next question is, growing up, what was your favorite thing about Triple H, and is he considered your main GOAT? So I got into this a tiny bit earlier, but we're going to go ahead and jump right into the whole thing, right? Like I said, Triple H was just the bad guy that I kind of fell in love with on accident. I never meant to like him. I just saw him one day and I was like, oh, he's that guy. I think he was just an attractive man with an attitude out of this world. Like, that man was not taking nobody's shit, and he did not give a damn. And I really did like that. Like, I liked it a lot. I always enjoyed his promos. I've always enjoyed his ring work. I just really enjoyed watching Triple H in the ring. I truly wish I had more to explain, like, oh, it was because of this exactly, or it was because of this. Like, one day I just looked up and I was like, oh, I really like him. Like, one day I just decided he was going to be one of my favorites, and he has been there ever since. Trust the process, y'all. I know it looks kind of crazy, but I had to trust the process last time. So just follow along with me. Follow along. I promise it'll end up cute. And we're going to go back in and make sure some of these colors stand out more later on. I just want to get the base of what we're doing down. Now, this next question is probably going to be a little difficult for me. And it is, what is your all-time favorite wrestling match? I'm not gonna lie to you, it's definitely gonna be a Roman match. Some of my favorites, especially from like the Tribal Chief era, would probably have to be the Roman versus Kevin Owens last man standing match and the Brock Lesnar last man standing match, but also the Jey Uso I Quit match. What was it? Hell in a Cell? Oh my God. Every time I think of that match, it just makes me happy. Like, I love that match. So I think those are like top three. Actually, let me rewind a bit, because I forgot to go into, is Triple H considered my main GOAT? Yes, but Roman is very close behind. Roman is like right there, and truly, when Roman hangs it up, he will probably be my GOAT. He will probably take Triple H's spot at number one, and then it will be Roman, Triple H, everybody else. So, yeah. Which leads me back into all-time favorite matches, because if you follow me, you know I'm going to say Triple H versus Randy Orton, 3 Stages of Hell. That is one of my all-time favorite matches. I will forever talk about that match. I will forever glaze that match. I don't care what y'all say. I absolutely love it. So, yep. Those are 3 of my favorites that I can think of off the top of my head, if I don't include both of Bianca's championship matches at WrestleMania, because those count too. Those count too, for sure. Those count. Now, just so y'all know, I can't do a wing for shit, so I'll go back in later with concealer and like straighten that up. What does Michaela say? Make it sharp. Yeah, But for now, I just want to make sure that purple's there. That leads us into top 3 favorite women's matches of all time and top 5 women's matches of any era. Again, combining 2 questions because I'm just going to do it all together. Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania 39, I believe. Especially because Sasha and Bianca were the first 2 black women to main event WrestleMania. And it was for the title. Like, I will forever hold that match in a high regard. I love it so much. I need this to get deeper. It's okay. We got it. There we go. That's better. That's the deeper color. Okay. Back to the questions. What are my top 3 fantasy matches? Obviously, Rhea and Bianca. I've been talking about the 2 of them doing a match together for so very long. I want it badly, and no, WrestleMania does not count if it ends up being a triple threat. Does not count. This is looking kind of crazy, so one moment. Okay, we're going to go back in and darken some of these colors up because it's supposed to be kind of like a sunset, but like, yeah, fantasy matches. I'm also, and this is just my fandom. Okay, this is just my fandom. I want Roman versus Damian Priest. And y'all gonna beat my ass for that, and I don't care. Okay, I don't care. I want it. I need it for my own good. That is just something I want to see because I think it would be amazing. I'm sorry. I'm trying to think if there's any other match that I'm just like sitting on the edge of my seat waiting to happen. And maybe Naomi versus Bianca, because this heel run needs to be generational now. I'm gonna need a generational heel run here. I'm gonna need her to get a title at the end of this. And if it's not Tiffany's title, I need Bianca to get the title so Naomi can get it from her. So Naomi versus Bianca would probably be an amazing feud also. Because y'all really be sleeping on Naomi, and I'm forever standing on that. Y'all piss me off with it every goddamn time. Every time. Stop sleeping on that girl. I'm sorry, grown woman. I'm a grown woman. I could do whatever I want. Sorry. Beyonce fan. What is my ultimate dream match with the current women's roster besides Rhea and Bianca? Truthfully, that's my main one. Like I mentioned just now, Naomi and Bianca is high on the list, but also Jade and Bianca, and then Jordynne Grace versus either Rhea, Bianca, or Jade. Those are probably the only matches that I'm like looking forward to at this moment, like in the future. I don't want them rushed, just like, whenever we get there, I'm good. I can wait. I'm patient. I'm actually quite excited to answer this next question because I know my answer is going to shock a lot of people who know me. So that question is, what's a popular match you've never watched but hope to get to see soon? And it's not really a match, more so an entire feud. And that is Mariah May versus Timeless Toni in AEW. I need to watch it. I need to watch the entire thing from the beginning. Like, I need to watch that whole thing so bad because every time I see these 2 women, they are putting on the promo of their lives. They are selling the hell out of that story. And every time I see it, I go, damn, I really need to watch that from the beginning. And I'm pretty sure their most recent match officially ended the feud. But like, that's perfect for me now because I can go back and watch the entire feud from start to finish. But I am so beyond interested in what those 2 women are doing over in AEW. It's not even funny. If you don't know, I don't watch AEW. But this yellow just keeps getting away from me, huh? It's not anything against AEW whatsoever. I don't know if y'all realize this, but there's a lot of wrestling. There's a lot of wrestling to watch weekly, and I just had to pick my battles. AEW comes on quite often, and I just did not feel like it. I'm just going to be honest about it. Since there's so many, like, it's like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Like, it's just too much wrestling. It's too much wrestling. I'm so sorry. I can't do it all. I will not, actually. So I have not started watching AEW. However, Tony and Mariah have my full attention. And the second I can figure out how to watch that story in order from start to finish, I will. So if you know how I can watch it, or if you can tell me what order it goes in, just somebody help. Send help immediately. I really want to watch Tony versus Mariah. I've heard them being called one of the greatest women feuds of all time. And I need to see it. I need to see it. It's that simple. I need to see Mariah versus Tony. So if you know how I can watch it, let me know. I wish I knew how to do a wing, y'all. If I ever learn how to do a wing, it's over with for y'all. I'm just going to let you know that now. It's so over. Now, the next question is actually another one of my favorites because it is favorite era of WWE. One of these will be an unpopular opinion. Again, it is what it is. The very first one is obviously going to be Roman Reigns as the tribal chief. Roman Reigns, Golden Glove. Roman Reigns from 2020 to 2024. That was such a goated time, and I don't think we appreciate, well, not we, y'all didn't appreciate that enough, because I loved every minute of it. The whole Bloodline saga Roman ran for those 4 years, absolutely insane. It was such a compelling story, such an interesting story. That has got to probably be, at this point, my favorite era of WWE ever. Before Roman, and I'm sure y'all aren't surprised when I say this, it was the McMahon-Hemsley era. That is that was my favorite storyline to watch for years. Like, I would go on WWE Network just to find that entire storyline and watch it from start to finish every time. Love it. I really think that's probably one of the very first storylines I ever watched from start to finish, like live, that I remember vividly. I loved it. I loved it. It's what turned me on to Stephanie McMahon, because to see her go from Daddy's Little Princess to the absolute badass Mrs. Hemsley. And don't y'all beat my ass for not saying the Attitude Era. Enough people talk about the Attitude Era. Y'all don't need to hear it from me either. Well, for me also. Like, yes, the Attitude Era was such an amazing time. But like I said, the McMahon-Hemsley era and the Tribal Chief, those are probably my two favorites. Special mention to what could have been of a Big Three era, because why we didn't get Naomi as a main champ and Jade and Bianca as tag champs at the same time, I will never understand. I'll never understand it. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. They should have been a faction. And I get that it wouldn't have made sense for Naomi to be, like, with the storyline they're doing now, for Naomi to have had a title if her and Jay were going to beef over the fact that Jay ended up taking her spot. I get that, but the Big Three should have been far more than what it was, y'all. It should have been far more. Far more. I actually may sue over that. Because why would y'all hurt me like that? I deserved better. I deserve better. I had to get my iPad for this next question because I wanted to make sure that I got the full question, because I didn't write the whole thing down. So it is, how do you feel about celebrities in the ring? For example, I Show Speed, Travis Scott. Would you like to see more or less of them moving forward? And this is really somewhat of a hard question for me, because it truly, genuinely depends on the celebrity. I have no problem with I Show Speed. I thought what he did was very cute. It was very funny. They almost took that man's life. I thought he did what needed to be done. He got in there. He had his moment. And you could tell he really has a love for the game. Bad Bunny is another celebrity who I would love to see come back at some point very soon. You could really tell from Bad Bunny's time there that he really has a love for the game. He really wanted to make sure that he wasn't just somebody who came in, smacked people a few times and pinned them. He wanted to actually wrestle. He wanted to be involved. He wanted to get hit. And for him to do that, I believe he was on tour at the same time, is absolutely nuts. So would love Bad Bunny. Even Logan Paul, before he became even more of an asshole than he was, no shade. Before the world started to hate Logan Paul even more than they already did, I was hands down okay with him being there, because just like Bad Bunny, Logan Paul put the work in. He's actually quite fucking talented in the ring, and I hate that for him. Like, I mean, I love, like, it's great, but like, it takes a lot of energy and effort, and I think if a celebrity is willing to put that time in, I'm okay with it. I do not want Travis Scott back, because if it's really true that he hurt Cody, I'm straight. Like, you have to know to be careful. You have to know the rules. You have to know what to do, what not to do. You have to actually spend time. If he's just there to look cute and promote his music, no thank you. And that is for any celebrity. But I don't necessarily mind if they're willing to get in the ring and throw hands. If they're willing to put the time in to not only protect themselves, but to protect the wrestler across the ring from them, who has to do this to make a living. Because we don't want them to get hurt where they can't pay their bills or take care of their family. So if it comes to a point where it becomes dangerous for the wrestlers or the celebrity, no, I can do without it forever. But people like Bad Bunny, people like Ice Show Speed, I'm okay with it. Bring them back, actually, because the way Ice Show Speed took that damn spear and damn near lost his leg being thrown over the announcer's desk, nuts. I would have never. I love a good half lash. I cannot do full lashes. I can't do it. I can't do it. Give me a cut. Give me a 3/4 to a half lash any day. I'm honestly quite surprised that this is taking as long as it is. I definitely thought I'd be done with the wrestling questions by now, but like, we're not. We still have a few more. And it is what it is. I guess we'll get to finish the whole face of makeup while answering the questions, because I definitely thought I'd just have to have a little chit-chat session afterwards, but yay me. If you were a wrestler, what artist if you were a wrestler, what artist would you want to make your theme song? Y'all know the answer, right? I'm so sorry. The answer has to be Beyonce. It has to be. With a side note of Megan Thee Stallion. I love Megan Thee Stallion. She makes pretty bitch music. I don't care what anybody else says. Somehow she make you want to fight. Bitch, go to hell. No, Meg has, I love Meg's music. She always makes me hype. I'm going to feel myself every time I hear Meg. But Beyonce is another one who I would really, really love. Like, there are certain Beyonce songs that I can think of like right now that I would be like, oh, that would make such a bomb ass entrance for me. Damn, I can't find my other one, so we're just gonna use this one as my whole primer. It would be Beyonce Spaghetti, but like, let's be real, who didn't expect me to say that? Who did not expect me to say that? Like, I'm so sorry if you expected something different from me. I am just a girl at the end of the day. I'm just Clarissa. But honestly, outside of like Beyonce and Meg, I truly can't think of anybody else that I like enough that I would be like, yeah, that's who should make my music. That's who I should go to. Like, those are two of my top listened to artists, no matter what. But I don't really do hype music often, truthfully. I'm not really a rap girl. I'm an R&B girl. I am a lover girl. Y'all, I'm such a lover girl. I am such a romantic at heart. Give me soft, give me lovey, give me sweet. So I don't really have like a hype thing that I could just like pull out and be like, yeah, that's it, outside of Spaghetti by Beyonce. Like, or something Meg. Something by Meg. Because it got to be something to get the crowd lit, you know? Can't have no lame ass song. So it's got to be Meg or Beyonce. It's gotta be. And y'all know we're going to use the House Labs foundation every single time. I have to mix it right now because I am very much in my winter shade. And this is just a little too warm for my winter shade. But it's cool because I just mix it with a little e.l.f. Halo Glow. And it like not only gives me an extra boost of glow underneath there, but it cools it out enough to where it matches my skin perfectly. But please believe, this will be the only thing I'm wearing all summer. All summer, all fall, all spring. It's always going to be Gaga. It's always going to be House Labs. This is it for me. Like, let's just be clear. All right. What are my biggest aspirations with becoming a wrestling content creator? That's a good question. If you don't know, I am a member of a podcast team. The Femme Slam podcast is a podcast of women and non-binary individuals who just want to talk about wrestling. Occasionally glaze the people that we absolutely love, but we try to be as unbiased as possible. Like, that is our whole thing, trying to be as unbiased as we possibly can. Do we always succeed? Probably not, but more often than not, we do. So my biggest aspiration would be to see that blow up into something way more. I would love to see our podcast be able to get some more bigger creators. If you missed it, we had Minnie Portable on an episode recently. We've had my brother 215 on an episode before. I would love, if I could do anything, I would love to get Roman Reigns. If we could get Roman, I would seriously pass away. For the podcast, I just want to see me and the Femme Line win. Like, I just want to see us in media. I just want to see us backstage. I just want to see us talking to any and everybody that matters. Them line up, you know? As for me personally, I would like to continue to grow this channel to something way bigger. I will not lie to you. One of my biggest goals right now would be to do Get Ready With Me's with some of the wrestling women. So I would practically fall out if I could get to do that. Like, I would love to just do like Get Ready With Me Q&A type of things like this, but with, you know, a Bianca Belair, a Jade Cargill, a Naomi, a Rhea Ripley, a Charlotte Flair, a Tiffany Stratton, like Roxanne Perez, Liv Morgan, any of those women. Hell, honestly, I will even take Beauty by Jet, who does a lot of the glam backstage for WWE. I just would really, really love to be able to do Get Ready With Me's with some of my favorite women's wrestlers. If we could go back and pull up some divas, I would love to do Michelle McCool, Layla, Nikki Bella, Natalia, honestly, because she's such a vet and she's been around for so long. I think people underestimate her a lot. They don't give her enough praise. And I would just love to just pick her brain and just talk to her about the things that have happened. Because the woman has seen a lot. She's seen the women go from being side characters to being the star of the show. So yeah, if y'all could just like tag Bianca and Naomi and Rhea and Jade and Liv and all the girls and let them know that I would love to do a Get Ready With Me with them, like, that would be great. But yeah, I think that's probably like my biggest personal aspiration. Like, I just would love to be able to do these types of things with the women. I'd even do them with the men. Like, we can do our skincare together. Like, just imagine me sitting here with a Roman Reigns or a Jimmy Uso or a Sheamus while we do our skincare. Like, come on. It'd be so cool. Like, I know that a lot of people probably look at me doing beauty and wrestling as like some crazy thing, but at my core, I am a girly girl. I just so happen to also love wrestling. Like, these are my two worlds combining into one. And so the fact that I can sit here and do my makeup for, I think it's been an hour, one moment, 52 minutes. We'll be way shorter by the time y'all see this, but the fact that I can sit here and do my makeup for 50 minutes and just yap about the one other thing I love, which is wrestling, is so cool to me. So yeah, that's something I would really like to do. I would really love to get the opportunity to do my makeup and talk to any of the wrestlers that are willing. just to get backstage and be in those spaces to actually pick their brain. That's the dream, you know, like that's the goal. That's what we are working for. That's what we do all this for. This one takes us right into what is my favorite thing about being a wrestling content creator. And it truly would be just meeting people who also love this. Like, for so long, I've been one of the only people that I knew of who was just like a really big wrestling fan. Like, yeah, I've found people like over time, but for the most part, I didn't have many wrestling friends. For the most part, I didn't have many wrestling friends. I had a few, just a couple, but like outside of my Facebook groups, I didn't really have people to sit here and chat about wrestling too. I bronzed the shit out of myself, huh, y'all? So my favorite thing truly is just finding community, finding people who also love wrestling, who also love to talk about wrestling, who see it in the same light that I do. They get excited when stuff happens and it's almost like the world is ending because this person did this. Like, I love this space. I love the people I've met. Wrestle Talk has become way more important to me over the last year. Especially here recently, but that's probably my favorite thing. My favorite thing is finding people who are like me, finding people who just enjoy wrestling and getting to talk to them and talking about the theories, talking about what we think is going to happen, talking about just everything. I just love it all. And I'm just really, really, really forever eternally grateful that y'all give a damn about me to listen to me do this. Like, y'all care about my opinion for real? Like, it's quite nuts. My younger brothers would tell you that I've wanted to do this for years. For years, I've said like, oh, I just want to make wrestling content. I just want to talk wrestling on social media. And I would always find an excuse not to. And so now that I'm here, it's almost like I feel like I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be when I'm supposed to be there. So this is it. Like, most importantly, it's y'all. Most importantly, it's coming across people who think like me, who enjoy what I like, and just care. Like that's really, it sounds so crazy, but that's really all it is. Like, finding people who really just enjoy this sport and want to talk about it. And I can never put in enough words to thank y'all for letting me do this, for actually caring. So thank you. Now, for those who only wanted the wrestling questions, we're done. We're going into way more personal questions, makeup questions, Beyonce questions, random questions to me. So if that's not your thing, I understand. We'll see you later. Or you can just fast forward to the end of the video. But for those who care, let's get into it. First question is one food I could never give up. And this is hard because I am a foodie. I always forget how pigmented this blush is, but it's okay because we'll tone it down with concealer. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. It's fine. I just remembered I really wanted to do a sunset blush with this again because I did it last time, but like, we'll do it later. We'll do it later because y'all see this blush. Y'all see this blush. Y'all see, we're going to just go ahead and try to tone that down a little bit because like the blush is blushing and I have blush blindness, but not this much. But that's what I get for just sticking it right on my face, knowing that this blush is pigmented as hell. But it's fine. We can fix it. That's the beauty about makeup. Everything can be fixed. Now, back to the question. One food I can never give up. It's such a hard question because I love so much. I am a very, very big fan of French fries. I know that sounds nuts. But like, me and fries go together real bad, y'all. Like, real, real bad. And so that, but also anything my mama cooks. My mom makes the best baked barbecue chicken. She also makes this, what is it? It's like a beef soup, and it's so fucking good. And she literally cooks it for me like twice a year in the freezing winter. And she did not cook it this winter, but I'm going to let her slide this time. I'm going to let her slide this one time. But that would definitely probably be one of my main ones. Like, I could not live without my mama's food. I could not. Like, you can take everything else away, but as long as Stella gets to cook that chicken and that soup for me, I'm good. Let's see. If not wrestling, what else are you passionate about? I am a true crime junkie. I have 2 degrees in criminal justice, and originally I wanted to become a profiler, and I also wanted to go to law school. So I really love law. I love trying to, like, reading up about cold cases. Like, it's just my thing. I originally wanted to be a profiler because I wanted to profile serial killers. I took and not in a weird way, guys, I took a serial killers class while I was in college, and it never ceases to amaze me how the argument of nature versus nurture can go back and forth, because some serial killers have things that happened to them that led them down the path that they ended up on, and then others just decided to lose their shit. And it's quite crazy. I don't want to use the word fascinating because it makes it sound like I'm like glorifying it, and I'm not, because these are all horrible, horrible people. But I really wanted to profile to help the FBI figure out what it is about these people and how we can pinpoint them early on before it gets too late. That was something I really, really wanted to do. But in order to be a profiler, you have to be a police officer, and I'm not doing that. Do I look like I was made to be a police officer? I'm not. So yeah, I cannot be a profiler, unfortunately, which is why I just work in the legal field. Other things I just love are makeup, clearly. I love to read. I'm a huge book reader. I love fragrance, like perfumes, but I also love candles. I have a candle line that I'm just taking my time putting out, because we'll talk about that in the next video. Family. Is there anything else like that I'm really passionate about? I really don't think so. I think that's about it. Like, my family and my friends mean a lot to me. So that's it. Like, wrestling, makeup. I'm not going to say shopping because that's not something I'm passionate about. I just do it a lot because I have a shopping problem. It is what it is, guys. Okay, so top 5 favorite TV shows ever. I can give you 2 off rip. Immediately, the first 2 that come to mind is Once Upon a Time and Scandal. I rewatch those shows twice a year minimum. They are my all-time favorites. I could just rewatch them over and over and over again, and I'll never get bored. I do have a stopping point with both, because after a while, the writers just really fell off. They just went nuts, okay? They just started doing too much. But those are my all-time favorite 2 shows. I don't know if I necessarily have 5 favorite shows. I was really into Found on season 1, and I need to go back and binge season 2 because it was such a good show. Again, it's the criminal justice girly in me, because what do you mean she kidnapped her kidnapper and is holding him hostage? What do you mean? Found was really, really a good show, and I really hate that I fell off of it, but I'm gonna get back into it. I really am. Like I said, I don't really think I have 5. The rest, because I don't watch TV quite often, but I can tell you 2 shows that I actually want to get into, which is All the Queen's Men. I keep seeing clips of it on TikTok often, and recently I saw something about the haves and the have-nots. Circle back, I have another one, Greenleaf. Greenleaf on Netflix was about a Memphis mega church type of deal. Loved it down. Would watch it again, need to watch it again. So that's 4. Like I said, so for my 5th one, I'm just gonna name, like I said, the haves and the have-nots, and All the Queen's Men, which are 2 shows I really, really, really need to watch soon. But like, truthfully, y'all, if I'm not watching wrestling, I am typically watching either SpongeBob, Phineas and Ferb, American Dad, Family Guy, Bob's Burgers. Those shows are just on repeat in my house, because I don't have to think while watching them. I just lay back, do whatever I want. The show watches me. and typically is watching me read. So definitely gonna say those. Favorite makeup look I've ever done would probably either be this one, or I did this like pink. I don't know if this fan is gonna mess it up. 1 second. Okay, so favorite makeup look would either be this eye, or I did this like pink, brown, and white, almost ice cream. What is it? Neapolitan. I always mispronounce that. Don't be mad at y'all. Type of look. So those two would probably be my favorites. And if I can find a picture of the other one, I'll pop it in here also, just so y'all can see what I'm talking about. But those would probably be my favorite looks that I've done. I'm really more of a neutral eye girly. Like, y'all, I love my little plain neutral eye with either just a pop of color or a little bit of glitter. I'm a very, very simple girl. The face is going to be beat, but the eyes tend to be neutral. Like, I don't know. It's just part of who I am. It's just a preference, you know? How did I become interested in makeup? I started looking at makeup when I was in college, and there was this one girl, her name was Sacha, and she would like do our eyebrows she did our eyebrows before parties, and then she started doing makeup, and I used to just love her makeup all the time. And I just kept telling her, like, you know, one day I'm going to get into makeup just like you. So, Sacha, if you by chance see this, shouts to you, girl, because this is all you're doing. She really furthered the love of the game, okay? Like, baby really made me want to just be a glam bitch. Because if you look back at my college pictures, you would see I was not, in fact, a glam bitch in college at first. Like, I was just a regular girl, okay? My favorite eyeshadow palette, and I'll show you, even though it's used and abused, okay? I abused this. It was the Queen of Hearts palette from Colored Rain, and they no longer exist. Like, this company does not exist, and I'm so sad because I meant to buy a backup. Ignore the broken mirror, okay? This palette has been my favorite. As you can see, these two are the most used. This has been my nude go-to palette for the last year or so. I use these three colors and then any of these glitters for my inner corner, and that's been my neutral eye. It's been my go-to. It's been my favorite. I absolutely adore this palette. I'm going to be so sad. Like, I've hit pan. This one is not going to be good for too much longer, but I'm going to be so sad when I lose this one also, because then, like, the rest of these are really good colors. I really bought this for the neutrals and the glitter. So this is probably my favorite. I don't know if I have a backup. Let's see. So no, I don't have like a second palette that I love as much as that one. Clearly I'm gonna need to get one because that one's almost gone. But that has been my absolute favorite eyeshadow palette for the last few years. One that I really, really wanted and I cannot get because it is not sold anymore is that Jackie Aina ABH palette. If I could have got my hands on that, y'all wouldn't be able to tell me nothing, okay? Nothing. But alas, it was not meant for me to have it, so that's okay. It's okay. How long does it take you to complete a makeup look? It really depends on how early I started, where I'm going, and how much effort I feel like putting into it. If it's just like a quick, oh, I just want to do my makeup so I can not look half dead, 20 to 30 minutes tops. Really? 20 minutes. 20 minutes, I could do my makeup. It won't be much, but I did my makeup. So like 20 minutes, I can do it. If I'm actually going somewhere and I actually want to look really, really good, like I need the face to be beat, 45-minute minimum. That sounds so bad, but like I need 45 minutes. I need at least 45 minutes to get my face right. If it's one of these moments where I'm just like running my mouth, talking, having fun, it will take well over an hour. I think right now I'm like an hour 15 into this. The longest I've ever done my makeup was 3 hours. And it was when I very first started, and I had to keep restarting a look. Because while I really liked it, it was not coming out the way I wanted it to. And when I look back on it, I wish I had kept going because like I still don't like it. I'll see if I can find it and show y'all. But it was the very first like really deep look that I did. Like it was like similar to this in colors, but with like greens and purples and blues. And I restarted that look like 3 times because I could not get it right to save my life. It looked decent for the time, but I may redo it. If y'all think I should redo it, I'll probably go back in and redo it because I can do better. I could do better. But yeah, if it's just a normal day, and I always start getting ready early. If I have to be somewhere by 7, 4:30, 5 o'clock, I'm starting. Well, if I have to be somewhere by 7, I'm starting by 4 because I need to be out of my house by like 6:15. So that gives me 2 hours and really like to shower, do my hair, start my makeup, get dressed. And I always end up running late anyway. I have to start at 4. Truthfully, I'll tell myself I can do 4:30 and I'll do it and then be rushing by 6:15. So usually if I'm just doing my makeup and like my hair is already done like this, where it's like pre-curled and stuff, 45 minutes. 45 minutes on a good day. But if I'm doing something like this where I'm trying to be extra cute and I'm talking, 2 hours. It's going to take a minute. What is my favorite lip combo? So I have 2, and I'll show you the first one, even though I'm not going to wear it with this look because I think it looks kind of crazy. If I can find the gloss to it, I'll show you. There we go. Okay, so the one I'm going to show you, this is like one of my favorites, but I don't know if I like it on me. I think it is a beautiful lip combo, but I don't like it on me. It is MAC Knife Moth Lip Liner and then Fenty Beauty Fuchsia Flex. So I'm going to line my lips with this really quick and then y'all will see me put it together. Gonna smudge that a little bit. I'm not gonna worry about cleaning it up too much because like I'm gonna take this off to put on my actual lip combo because I don't think this one goes with this look, but I wanted to show you rather than tell you. And then I love this gloss. It's a very pretty purple berry tone lip. Absolutely love this, but like I said, I don't know if it necessarily fits me. Like once again, I'm staring and I'm like, I don't know. Actually, it's not bad. It's not very bad, is it? Okay, y'all gonna be mad at me if we just keep this on? Okay, good. Because I think I'm gonna just keep this on because I kind of really fuck with it. Let's set really quick and then we'll finish out the rest of these questions. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep this lip. So my other favorite lip combo is the Juvia's Place Brownie Lip Liner. And once again, because I am a Fenty lip girl, the Fenty Beauty, I think this is a lip glass or a lip something, but it's called Tulip Kiss. Mine's is kind of messed up because I use it all the time, so I'm not going to show y'all it, but Tulip Kiss, if you can't tell, I don't wear lipsticks often. I prefer like a gloss color, a gloss with a tint, and then a lip liner. And so this is like my go-to lip liner. This is the lip liner, or this is the lip combo that you see in every video. That's not like every single video. This is the lip color I'm wearing. It's Tulip Kiss and Brownie lip liner. And occasionally I found this lipstick from Revolution Beauty. I don't even know if they sell it anymore, but it's called Chauffeur. And it's just like a pink lip. And so sometimes if I'm feeling really fancy, I'll put that down first and then put Tulip Kiss on top of it. But either Tulip Kiss and Brownie or Night Moth and Fuchsia Flex. Those are really the only 2 lip combos that I wear. And I'm probably going to try to find some more this summer. So if y'all are interested in that, let me know. And I'll take y'all with me while I find more lip combos to try out. Worst foundation I've ever tried. And so here's the thing. I haven't really had like a worst foundation because anytime I buy foundation, I've watched reviews on it for like 3 months minimum. Like before I bought this House Labs foundation, I probably watched reviews and people using it for like a year before I actually pulled the trigger, because this is $50 foundation. In this economy, with like I don't just buy foundation without knowing it's good. This and my MAC Studio Fix are the only foundations you will see me using for right now. I think I have one more foundation I really want to try, but I'm stuck on House Labs, babes. I'm stuck on House Labs. I'm so sorry. But to answer the question, there's one, and it wasn't the foundation's fault. It was my fault for trying it the way I did. It was a Juvia's Place foundation, and it was in like an orange bottle, which explains a lot now when I tell the story. But I tried it, and it looked so good. The color matched spectacularly. It looked beautiful. And when I put it on and I went to work, and I remember thinking, oh, I'm so pretty. I look so good. And I walked into the bathroom, and I looked like a Oompa Loompa. My entire face was orange. It oxidized so bad. And I was embarrassed the whole day because like I couldn't take it off. And I was like, oh, this is not, this is not. So that's probably the worst. Anything else, like I said, there's nothing wrong with the actual foundation itself. I just didn't realize it was going to oxidize like that on me. And I think since they've came out with other foundations, and so I may give them another try to see if it happens again. But yeah. Okay, but no, like I actually kind of ate this up, y'all. I actually kind of ate this up. Like, you know. Okay, we're going to finish the rest of these questions out really quick so that I can go to bed. Y'all are sick for asking me these questions, actually. Y'all are sick. What is Beyonce's best album and what is your personal favorite? This is going to start an argument within the Beehive, okay? This is going to start an argument. Don't argue with me right now because I don't know if it's just a recency bias. Cowboy Carter is such a masterful piece of art. She did what she needed to do with it. Like, the woman literally stops mid-song and sings opera in Italian. She's not real. She's not real. Cowboy Carter is a really, really amazing album. I would also say I'm refinding a love for the Beyonce album. I listened to it again recently. I started just listening to all her old albums, and I was like, damn, like, B was really doing her shit on this one too. But a lot of people will say Lemonade, and Lemonade is such a good piece of work. It is just as masterful. It deserved Album of the Year too. But I'm gonna say that I think her best is Cowboy Carter, because you can really see how she's evolved. You can see how she's grown as an artist. You can see how she wants to try different things. What is my personal favorite? Either Beyonce, Renaissance, or Ford maybe? I'm going to say it's probably one of those. And really, again, recency probably. Renaissance is really that girl. Like, I'm switching, even though I'm going to the Cowboy Carter concert, I'm about to switch into my Renaissance era because Renaissance is such a summertime album. Renaissance just feels like riding around with your girls outside with the top down in the car, singing at the top of your lungs, sunglasses on, full glam, looking like a bad bitch. Okay, like that. Renaissance just makes me feel myself. It just gets me in the mood to just be outside. So one of those for sure. One of those. Favorite unreleased Beyonce song is probably, and some people are probably going to say this is overrated. I don't really give a shit. If not Dunk. Dunk is a favorite. Don't get me wrong. You Are My Rock. Oh, I love that song so much. Like, anytime I hear rock, it just makes me want to be in love. It just makes me, y'all will know I found the man of my dreams when I post him to that song. Okay? Like, It's such a beautiful song because it talks about how, like, I think the very first line in the song is, if I wrote a book about where we stand, then the title of my book would be Life with Superman. Like, it's such a really good, that's how you make me feel. I count you as a privilege. This love is so ideal. I'm honored to be in it. Yeah, love that song. That's probably my favorite unreleased song. And if Baby don't put that song on Apple Music ASAP, we're gonna have a problem, B. Favorite song that Beyonce has performed live? Smash Into You. I really, really love. I love that video for it because it's her performing live while she's counting down the CJZ. I'm a lover girl. I'm sorry. Also, Dangerously in Love, because every time she performs it, she's been performing this song for like 20 years, and every time she performs it, it just gets better. I don't know how she's doing it, but it gets better. Honestly, I really could keep going. I have many, especially from seeing Renaissance Live. Heat It. But also, you can say everything that she performed on Homecoming. She's unreal. She's my favorite artist, but y'all knew that. That's why y'all asked me about it. So I'm going to say for sure, though, Dangerously in Love and Smash Into You. And the very last question, and I can't believe somebody asked this, but I'm not going to go into full detail. I'm just going to answer vaguely. Are you dating anyone? I am. One day I'll talk more about it, but like right now, if you know, you know. But yes, to answer that question, yes, I am in fact with someone now. And we'll talk about that more at a later date. If y'all have any other questions, drop them down in the comments, and I'll also leave the anonymous link that I had posted again, so that if y'all want to do another one of these, we can. Otherwise, y'all know the drill. Leave me a comment. Let me know how you're feeling about this video. Make sure you not only like this video, but subscribe and turn on the post notifications so you can get alerted whenever I post again. I'm going to try to be a little more active over here. There's just been a lot going on with life. So, I mean, clearly, right? So, until next time, bye guys.